Okay. All right, any questions? What do we have time-wise?
As long as you want.
Maybe just 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a comment, really. Just talking about how Avino is higher and comes first. It's interesting because I've been reading Rabbi Brody's book about being happy, or being the garden of gratitude. So if my neighbors harass me and wake me up in the middle of the night, I've been doing that because it took me a couple of weeks to read the book and get to that point. So that means to me then that if all this has nothing to do with me so much, then I can really, I think, love Hashem more.
Yeah, when you take yourself out of the picture.
Yeah.
That's also we learn also in there's many sections in the Pitei Maharan that talks about self nullification and bitul of the self and all that. That's really where that comes from.
But what's interesting also is that if you're doing things more in the love of Hashem, then I think you're rewarded better in some ways, and you're feeling better.
Of course. Yeah. Now you just made me think of a point, but I'll say it after you. Yeah.
Because you mentioned about always serving Hashem with joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started learning the teachings, like I didn't really understand what he was trying to say, like how it connected. Like, why should we be happy, But from what I learned is that what he meant to say was, if you're depressed, you can't connect to Hashem in the right way. Like
No, that's right.
like I guess you would call the Wi-Fi link isn't working right.
Right. The antenna's not up. That's true. You can't connect to him unless you're with simcha. And also, a prophet would only get prophecy when he was happy, because otherwise the Shekhinah could not rest on him. Because if you're too busy being sad, those evil energies are surrounding you. So Hashem doesn't surround himself where they are. They gotta leave, and then he comes in. You see? So yes, it's a very good point. That's why we have to learn to be happy. Now, just a couple of quick more things I just thought of when you were commenting. The Avinu Malkeinu and the right being over the left. Where do we see that in our mitzvot of the holiday? Anyone want to call out? It's in the lulav. The hadassim on the right are higher than the aravot. You see, that's playing on that idea. If you look at the lulav is really an etz chayim. It's tree, right? It's tree stuff. Leaves and a branch. So it's playing on the etz chayim. What's an etz chayim really? It's the Torah, but it's the sefirot. The sefirot is the ilan hakadosh, the holy tree, or the etz chayim, the tree of life. So to model a tree of life, we have a lulav. Lulav is really the tree of life. You see, it's modeling that. The sefirot. Now the sefirot have the 3 columns, the middle, and then the right and the left. So that's why the lulav, exactly. So chesed and gevura is the 2 sides, and then rachamim is the middle. Okay, but without getting into all that. But when I said before mercy, it's also, that's when you're doing 3. But when you're saying, we also have 2 hands with the 10. So there's also the right and the left. So there's many ways to look at it. So the lulav has even though it has 3, it's also the right and the left, meaning the hadassim and the aravot. So there's the hadassim, which is the chesed side, and the aravot is the gevurah side, so we make it higher than that. See? I wonder if we outnumber it too for that reason, because there's 3. But I don't know if that is a reason, but it's obviously there's other reasons. And just another few quick things, just to have on record. The sfirot, they say, if we study them, there's 2 ways to understand the sfirot, or they portray themselves in 2 ways. Everything's not physical, so whatever it means, in spirituality. There's the sefirot of Yosher, which means they're straight, and then there's the sefirot of Igulim, circular. There's circular sefirot, and then there's straight up and down sefirot, whatever that means. So we also model that. Again, whatever it means, not going into it, but we have the lulav, which is the linear one, the linear with the 3 sides, and then the etrog is the circular one. You see? So we're modeling the 2 sets of how the sefirot work. So it's a very big Kabbalistic thing that we're holding is my point. When we're holding the lulav, there's much spiritual ideas that go into that.
You refer to two realities in a way, the delirium, which is like the insult, and the...
No, I don't want to mix up ideas. There's much to study about
So
that.
male, female.
Okay, I mean, there's something, yeah. Even though there's two, they really are one and the same. It's almost like, let's just take the body, right? The body is up and down, linear, right? Because we're straight. But we're also circular, we're circle. So we're circular, linear beings. You see, so it's like, it's one and the same, even though there's two ideas. Okay? Just to look at it like that. Also, we have 10 fingers and 10 toes. That's the 10 sefirot. Also, the 10 fingers are linear, but the toes are circular. You see? That's how they go. The circular holds up existence because our feet hold us up, while the linear measures the kiddusha, because we work with our fingers, so we can make things different kiddusha levels with the linear, while the circular just holds everything up. That's just one or two ideas. What'd you say?
No, I just said above, below. It's another point. Or...
Yeah, that's another point though, but that's also part of it. Let me just see real quick another couple of quick ideas. Okay, I'll just throw this out. It's just some nice sukkah ideas again. The etrog is the etrog, why do we have an etrog? What's this etrog and lulav business? Where do we know of an etrog before? Where did we have an etrog in Torah? Where did we see that? Anyone remember?
Adam and Eve.
Very good. Adam and Eve. Some say that was the fruit that he wasn't supposed to eat, the etrog. So it could be we're taking it as a makeup or to kind of fix that sin. So we're taking the etrog, that was the sinful fruit at the time, and we're going to make a mitzvah with it. It wasn't really, it's not that it's a sinful fruit. Yeah, I'll just be in a couple of minutes. It's not that it's a sinful fruit. It was supposed to be permitted after a while, Hashem just said, don't eat it yet. It was supposed to be eaten later. So the fruit, nothing wrong with the fruit, just he wasn't supposed to eat it yet. Now, where does the lulav come into? So maybe the lulav, we could say, there was a tree too. It was the tree with the fruit. So maybe the lulav with the etrog is a total makeup of the sin of the etz hadat with its fruit. You see? So there's many connections that's along here. So I'm just throwing a few quick points. Another quick point real quick. We say that the etrog is pre-etz hadar. Pre-etz hadar, that's what it's called. Okay, beautiful fruit. Where do we have this word hadar? Yosef HaTzadik says hadar lo. He brings hadar, which is beauty, into the world, because he brings Torah, understanding, into a way that's beautiful and systematic. Whatever Mashiach does, Mashiach ben Yosef, he's the first Mashiach that comes, and he does that. So he is a model of the etrog. The etrog symbolizes, like we say, tzaddik yisod olam. The etrog symbolizes a tzaddik, which is Yosef, because Yosef is really that tzaddik. He was the original, not original Yab Yaakov, but whatever tzaddik yisod olam meant, Yosef portrayed the word or the slot of yisod. You see, and also we have a pasuk. It's also in here in the Lukutei Maharan that it says ach peri la tzaddik in Tehillim. So you have a pri for tzaddik. So again, many connections with that. So the etrog is again, there's much symbolism in that, in the etrog and the lulav. So again, as we're going through doing our mitzvot, you should do them concentrating on a few of these ideas and know that there's much more ideas than that. And Bezrat Hashem, one last point, and I just thought of something else. This is important because we need to know this also. We say in the sukkah, le'shev basukkah. Why do we say le'shev basukkah? What might we say? Lashevet basukkah. Isn't that the Hebrew word? What's this le'shev? It always sounded funny to me, le'shev. Lashevet. Why don't we say lashevet basukkah?
To sit.
Because lashevet means to sit. But our word is to dwell. It's not a sitting mitzvah. We're dwelling in the sukkah. Le'shev is yeshiva, to dwell. The word to sit and to dwell is the same word. But obviously it's not the same word because we see the grammar is one is le'shev and one is lashevet. So it's not lashevet. So then you might ask, so why do we sit down? we sit down because you have to do something. It's not that we're really sitting down. You have to do an action that shows you're dwelling in there. If you're just walking around, it's not showing you dwell until you kind of like you park yourself down. It's like that's showing that I'm dwelling here now. It's like my house. So that's why we sit. Even though the word is not to sit, we do it by sitting. But don't let that confuse you. The mitzvah is really to dwell. And that's why the word leishev is what it is. It's just good to know that word because we say it all the time. Okay, so Bezrat Hashem, there's a lot of little things to know about the holiday. And, you read more, you study more, you find some of these things yourself, Bezrat Hashem. So we should all have a Chag Sameach and Tizkut Shanim Rabot, and Hashem should answer our prayers, Bezrat Hashem, and give us all the things that we want and that we need. Bezrat Hashem.